Hello everyone, I'm Sarah. Welcome to my Tunisian Stitches collection. Today I will show you the Tunisian Grid Stitch. The Tunisian Grid Stitch is worked in multiples of 4 plus 1 stitch, and it is worked in a 4-row pattern repeat. For this stitch we will be using the Tunisian Simple Stitch, and I will show you for the first time the Tunisian long front post double crochet stitch. So let's begin. As you see, I have already started with a standard foundation row in Tunisian crochet of 13 stitches, which counts as row 1. In row 2 we will work in Tunisian Simple Stitch across. So we will pull up a loop from each vertical bar across, as we do in Tunisian Simple Stitch. Finishing, as always, with a neat closing stitch. That is to say, we will work into that last border stitch by inserting the hook both under its front vertical bar and its back bar at the same time. Yarn over and pull up a loop on the hook. And we'll complete our second row by doing a standard return pass. Yarn over and pull through one loop only once, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops together, repeating the second movement until the end of the row. So yarn over and pull through 2 loops together, yarn over and pull through 2 loops together, etc. Okay, now in row 3 we will begin by pulling up loops in Tunisian Simple Stitch in the next 3 stitches, from the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2 and 3. Now we will make a long Tunisian front post double crochet, which is done like this. Yarn over, insert the hook in the corresponding stitch 1 row below. So let's locate the stitch first. It's this one. So we will go with our hook behind its back bar and front vertical bar. Okay, then we yarn over, pull through, we yarn over again, pull through those 2 loops, and we finish with 1 loop on the hook. Okay, and that's our front post stitch. Okay, in the next 3 stitches we will work in Tunisian Simple Stitch again. 1, 2 and 3. Now time again for a long Tunisian front post double crochet. So again, yarn over, locate the stitch under which we need to work. It's this one. Maybe it helps to extend or stretch out the texture a bit, the piece, in order to recognize where we need to insert our hook. You see, this is the front vertical bar, and you see here the back bar. Can you see it? This one. Okay, so we need to insert the hook under both. So you end up with 2 bars on the hook. Now you yarn over and pull through. The stitch is not complete we need to yarn over again and pull through those 2 loops as in a double crochet. And that's our loop on the hook. Now work the next 3 stitches in Tunisian Simple Stitch again. 1, 2 and 3, always finishing with a simple neat closing stitch. And we proceed with a standard return pass. Okay, and that was row 3. In row 4 we will work again in Tunisian Simple Stitch. Okay, so that was row 4. In row 5 we will start by working the first vertical bar in Tunisian Simple Stitch, and now we'll work our long front post double crochet here. So we yarn over, skip the row, and let's locate the stitch. It's here. And okay, let's extend a bit the texture. Both bars are pretty recognizable, so we'll insert the hook on the bows, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and up on the hook. We work the next 3 stitches in Tunisian Simple Stitch, and again we'll make our long front post double crochet here. So once you learn where to insert the hook, it is pretty easy to recognize, to do the movement. Okay, next 3 stitches in Tunisian Simple Stitch, and let's make our last long front post double crochet. Okay, 1 stitch in Tunisian Simple Stitch again before finishing with our neat closing stitch. That's always the same, row after row. Okay, so this is the sample. You see we are alternating, staggering the long Tunisian front post double crochet stitches. We had 2 here and 3 here in the row we have just completed, and that's the repeat. So in order to proceed with the grid stitch, we would need now to work another row in Tunisian Simple Stitch, and then another row in Tunisian adding the long Tunisian front post double crochet stitches. So after the row in Tunisian Simple Stitch, I will work again 4 stitches in Tunisian Simple Stitch, and then add the long Tunisian front post double crochet again. So we will repeat row 3 basically, then we will add again a row in Tunisian Simple Stitch and repeat row 5. Okay, But the point here is I wanted to show you how to make a front post double crochet. So we could actually decide to make it any way we like to. So for example, instead of staggering the front post stitches, we could work one over the other. I'll show you. So now, for example, instead of adding the one row in Tunisian Simple Stitch, I could work it like that. So first stitch in Tunisian Simple Stitch, and then I could work a front post double crochet like this by yarning over, inserting the hook one row below under the very same front post stitch I have worked before. Pull through and pull through 2 loops again and 1 loop on the hook. Now work the next 3 stitches again in Tunisian Simple Stitch, 1, 2, 3, and again I can work another long Tunisian front post double crochet over the previous one here. Inserting the hook under it like this, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and I finish with 1 loop on the hook. Again, 3 stitches in Tunisian Simple Stitch, and let's work another relief stitch over the previous one. Okay, and let's finish our row like this. Okay, and let's proceed with the return pass as always. So the front post stitch looks very similar to the one created in regular crochet, and I think it is very useful, can be very useful in many projects. So now you see, in this case I am extending, so to speak, the front post stitch row after row, and this is how I do it. Okay, otherwise I can keep alternating between rows in Tunisian Simple Stitch and rows where I add the front post double crochet stitch, just like I've shown you at first, just like this. So I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time with my next Tunisian stitch. Bye bye.